Behind the scenes.
Quiet, please. We're rolling.
You don't know when to stop. You just keep going and going.
Get the fuck out of Kick ass. He's kicking ass.
But don't push him down.
I was too strong. I don't know what
Well,
happened.
then just ease it up, baby. Act.
Wait.
We're fucked up, mate. We're very fucked up.
Close up on Chris.
Check the gate. Perfect.
All right, rehearsal. Check the gate.
It's almost a wrap.
London is about, basically is, the anchor of the film is about a guy and a girl, kind of showing the rise and fall of their relationship. Starts up where the relationship is already broken off. As Sid's character finds out that London is moving across the country, so he shows up unannounced at her going away party, meets this guy, Bateman, who he buys some drugs off of. They dip into the bathroom at the party and just kind of start doing drugs all night. Throughout are intercut with flashbacks of the rise and fall of the relationship. Sid is a very narcissistic guy. He thinks the world is pretty much revolves around him. With this character Bateman, both guys kind of pretty miserable in their own lives. Sid's gonna make you crawl in your own skin and suffocate you. And sure enough, after a couple hours, Bateman just kind of snaps. Sid pushes the wrong buttons and Jason loses it.
Do you understand what impotent rage really is?
I'm sorry.
You have no fucking idea, mate!
It was great, man. I've already worked with Jason. I worked with Jason on Cellular, and we became pretty good buddies, so that's why we kind of suggested him for this part, because the guy has such a fuse, such a ability to be so menacing and snap, and at the same time, he's an amazing actor. He's always trying to make the scene better, you know, if it doesn't go right or if he doesn't feel like it's right, he wants to do it again, you know, even at the end of the day, if things have gone well, he'll be the guy going back to his car questioning if he could have been better. And that's all you can ask about of an actor.
Let's take a step back, relax, shall we? Do a bit of gear, have a line. No, fuck the gear, I don't want that shit. Get it away from me.
It's one of those films you'll end up, hopefully you'll end up feeling a little sucked in and a little dirty. You might want to take a shower.
I play London, and God, where did I look to find my character's personality? I looked back into my life when I was 16 years old, and I'm having this really fucked up relationship with this guy, and I was totally crazy, and he was totally crazy, and you know, I was a bitch, and he was an asshole, and I just tried to revert back to that which I, you know, put a padlock doors on a long time ago in my brain.
Can you drop it? Can you just please just move on and drop it?
Right. Working with Chris is awesome. I mean, we had fun on Cellular. It was very short and it was easy. This was way more intense.
God, you just make everybody crazy. You're making me fucking crazy. You blanket people with your pseudo-intellectual bullshit.
You know, she's reacting to this, you know, to this energy and this person that Sid is, who, you know, he's just always at her and all the time, and she's just reacting to him. Oh, and hitting and strangling. Plus. You know, we had no time, no money, and it was a complete creative collaboration. You know, Hunter was, you know, so open to what I felt, what I wanted to say, what was working for me, what wasn't working for me. If I wanted to change something, great, do it, done.
Because that's pretty sweet.
At the beginning of the scene?
No, it's just like in between. You guys are gonna have a fork, and there's gonna be a joint in it. You're gonna be passing it back and forth, and then you're gonna be blowing smoke because you guys are low in pot. Okay. Even though you're staying in a fucking $3 million house, you have no pot.
You know, while this relationship is going on, you have these two strangers having this intense life conversation about death, drugs, you know, God, sex, whatever, you know, whatever those guys talk about in the bathroom.
So we're in an argument, and I keep pushing her. I was pushing her, and I was like, how big is he? You know, how big is he? And she was like, let's not make an issue out of it, Sid. And I said, no, fuck that. Tell me how big he is. And she says, 10.5 inches.
Jesus.
Yeah, you believe that shit?
You could have at least rounded it down.
I played Mallory in the film, and I kind of know people like Mallory.
And you broke out, and she drove back to your place and found you unconscious next to some sleeping pills or something, and you had to get your stomach pumped. That's what I heard. That's
Okay.
all.
Now do you want to know what really happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's why I asked.
I had the best time on this movie with everybody, and I mean, I admire everyone, and everyone's just cool to hang out with and cool to work with. It was just the best. And everyone's completely out of their minds.
Wait, you took your dog's medication?
Phenobarbital is phenobarbital. It doesn't matter the fact that it was for my dog. People have been taking it recreationally for years. It doesn't matter that it was for him. Smoke that.
That's right. They do a lot of drugs together, so that always gives a false sense of, you know, closeness. That's way too much.
Please, take it.
Sure?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. That's really sweet.
I loved making this movie so much, and it really gave me a high for acting, and I think it's a great piece, and I think it's something that talks a lot about, like, you know, dysfunctional love, and for me anyway, it's about dysfunctional love, and is, you know, there's nothing really wrong with that, because we're all dysfunctional in some way, shape, or form.
And just there's a real kind of like all this action happening here, like someone lighting a cigarette, blah, blah, blah.
I thought Hunter Richards was blah, blah, blah.
What do you think of the director, Hunter Richards?
Greatest guy ever.
Hunter Richards is a little out there, but he knows what he wants. Ultimately, he knows what he wants.
You combine a yogi, a levitating yogi, with
Some tea,
with some herbal tea,
and
a quantum physicist.
an extra 9-volt battery.
Hunter? Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Because he and I are completely on the same page. We're both like, tap, 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 all the time, so.
He's my man. I mean, I love the guy. Ever since I read his script, I was just like, I gotta meet this guy. Anyone that wrote this, I know I can have a friendship with.
I mean, it's completely insane, but I like that. You know, crazy people is what make the world interesting. And Hunter, you gotta hire me again. I want to be part of your repertoire.
When you really boil it all down, we're all just high-paid carnies.
We tune because we care.
And I hope people just enjoy it and think it's funny and relate to it and cry, and I hope it becomes like this cool, what is it, like total like fan based cult following. That's the way it feels to me. It's like an acid test.
Rain and showers never bring me down. She's my blue sky whenever she comes around. I spent hours